All right. So how do we stay accountable? Well, I mentioned growth boards a couple of times here. There's an operating framework for this. And in this new way, everyone has the same rules, and there's no opacity, right? It's very transparent, a lean governance model. And we call these growth boards very similar to what VCs employ. And a growth board can serve one or multiple teams. It's going to have cross-functional representation. So think of it like you might go to a PMR. The same audience that would be at a program management review might be here, although you should eliminate some of those folks because, as you'll see, the cross-functional team serves a purpose. You could call it servant leadership or whatever. The idea is they're there to help the teams build, measure, and learn faster. Growth boards should be not making product level decisions. So we are not we're not looking at their cascade and deciding what they need to build next, nor should those ever wait for a growth board. And then we're focused on those measurable mission metrics at the top level that indicate real customer value. Then questions that they want to be asking and that you should be asking if you're going to run growth boards. How do you measure the mission success and viability of the investments you're making? When would you expect to see returns on the investment? So some apps might be able to be completed, like I said, in 45 days. Others might take the better part of a year. And then what would you observe during that time frame and after that would cause you to invest more or less? These are the kinds of questions that growth boards are asking. And the outcomes, and I put capability needs statements here as a reference to the software acquisition pathway, is they're going to enable product teams to build and articulate a clearer understanding of what mission outcomes they're driving. One common thing we see when folks first start on their user-centered design journey is they're talking to an end user of a single piece of software that's part of a much larger mission thread. And if you're familiar with theory of constraints, one of the primary lessons from Eli Goldratt's The Goal is that it is very common to locally optimize and globally de-optimize or achieve no global optimization. And so we want to make sure that, yes, we are practicing user-centered design in what we're building, but that's also aligned to the mission impact we're trying to achieve at the global level. Whether that's the commander of an air operations center or the joint force commander in a task force, we have to make sure that we're aligning those two interests. So it's not one or the other, it's both. And then teams are better able to articulate the warfighter outcomes they're working towards. So we know the mission impact, but what are the changes in human behavior that are going to achieve those impacts? And then leadership has a better understanding, and they have opportunities then to provide feedback and guidance, good feedback and guidance, and increase the alignment. And then I'll go quickly through these parts. Teams need to have a shared understanding of what success looks like. The cross-functional support ensures that blockers to progress are being removed more efficiently. I said earlier, there might be some people you need to get off the cross-functional team. If the cross-functional team is creating blockers, they're not good fits and you should get them out. No bones about it. But the folks that are left are there to, if it's a security person or a contracting officer, their goal in life, the thing they're measured on, the thing their performance report comes back with is, did you remove blockers to progress and create conditions for success for these teams? So what's contracting's role? Unblock progress. What's security's role? Unblock process or progress. And those are the things we have to continually focus on. And then it also gives us the ability to change direction sooner and more objectively.